Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's have a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker alongside Stephen Carroll, and we're joined by Bloomberg's equities reporter Joe Easton. Good morning, Joe. The UK supermarket chain Sainsbury's has reported strong sales growth, but are markets really buying what they're selling?
Seeing its sales rising around 5% in the 16 weeks through to June 21st. That's better than analysts expected. Volumes looking strong, and actually the firm having the highest market share in almost a decade. So there's been a lot of concern in that sector in general around discounting. We had a profit warning not so long ago from Asda, the privately held rival. That really hit the sector. We saw Sainsbury's, Tesco shares dropping a few months ago, but this report kind of giving a bit of assurance to the market that actually Sainsbury's doing pretty well, navigating that price competition, and therefore their volumes holding up. A lot of that linked, according to our report, to the loyalty program, so the Nectar points. But doesn't everyone have a Nectar card anyway? So who's going into Sainsbury's and not using a Nectar card? Surely everyone's doing that and getting the same discount.
Maybe if you forget it or you don't have it. The app, it's a little bit complicated to use.
Just when you've got the club card price, the Nectar price, it's like everyone's doing it, so is it really a benefit? I don't know.
I mean, anyway. I've sat in the queues in supermarkets downloading the app to make sure that I had it to get those discounts. So if there are obsessed people like me involved, that's
I've been there as well.
Not good signal. Let's move on to pharmaceuticals then, Joe. There's a new weight loss drug that looks promising, could provide perhaps a healthy return for some players in the sector.
Yes, a very healthy return according to analysts over at BNP Paribas Exane. So they've got a new buy rating, an outperform rating on Zealand Pharma over in Copenhagen. Now, everyone kind of thinks about Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly when they're thinking about weight loss drugs, but Zealand has their own version. It is different to the GLP-1s that the drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic, Mounjaro, the more popular names, are using. This is a drug called amylin, or at least that is the chemical that it mimics when you take it. It's also a appetite suppressant, so therefore essentially has the same end result. You can lose weight taking it, and analysts over at BNP Paribas think this will be a big competitor to those big names that I've just mentioned. So they think that they could get an 8% share of the entire global obesity market, which is going to be worth hundreds of billions potentially within a few years. So that stock gaining 4% today as BNP recommend buying shares of Zealand Pharma.
Oh, wow. Okay, so there could be another player in that space. In terms of house prices here in the UK, that's another focus. They are falling. Foundational problems?
Yes, so the foundational problems coming following a report out from the Nationwide Building Society today showing the average cost of a home in the UK unexpectedly declined to 271,619. That could not be in London, can it, for 270 grand?
No, that's a cupboard in London.
Yeah, exactly. A decent sized cupboard in London for 270 grand. But that data weighing on the house price indexes and the house price shares, I should say. So Barratt Redrow falling 1% today, Vistry slipping as well, Taylor Wimpey and Bellway all declining. However, there is some reports out there from analysts saying this was potentially a bit of an impact where we saw an increase in some of the taxes. So some of the stamp duty taxes went up. Therefore, did that have an impact? Has it been distorted? Demand for homes probably actually stronger, getting stronger given we're seeing the mortgage rates coming down. But for the moment, that weak data weighing on Barratt Redrow in particular, that stock is declining 1% today.
Okay, Joe, thank you very much for joining us, our equities reporter, Joe Easton.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.